Put a one in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Put a one in the comments if you can hear me clearly. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I hope that y'all are well. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Let me send this out. Come on in, come on in. I hope that y'all are well. Come on in. Put a one in the comments if you can hear me clearly. I want to test this out before we get started. Today we're going to be talking about the spiritual laws of feminine science, part 1. So I'm really, really excited about it because it's going to be good. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Put in the comments where you are watching from. I want to know where you're watching from. Put in the comments where you're watching from. Let me know where you are watching from. Thank you, my love. Thank you for these likes. Hey, Connecticut. I don't think I've seen Connecticut in here before. Hey, Connecticut. Hey, Texas. I think I'm going to see Texas pretty soon, actually. Pretty soon. For those who are subscribed to me, I uploaded a video for you um, to check out just for my subscribers. Come on in, come on in, come on in. We're talking about the spiritual laws of feminine science. For those of you who do not know who I am, my name is Elle Antoinette. I'm a feminine leadership strategist. And what I do specifically is that I help I help results driven women. I support them in burning their old identities in order to amplify their magnetism so they can master their emotions, make more money, become healthier. And they do all of these things by simply aligning with their feminine design so that they can ooze feminine energy. That's literally what we do. That's the work that we do over here. My work has supported my clients in going from 5 figures to 6 figures, 6 figures to multi 6 figures. It supported my clients in attracting better partners. It supported my clients in healing their marriages. It supported my clients in attracting husbands. Yeah. So all of this type of stuff has done. I don't really like to talk a lot about the relationship aspect of it because that's not the focus. So basically, if you were to basically say what it is that I do is I help people get their energetics up. I help women get their energetics up to become an energetic match for whatever it is that they claim that they want. So if you claim that you want a 6 figure business, there's the energy that you have to exude in order to create a 6 figure business. If you're saying that you want to, being a healthy relationship, then there is a specific energy that you need to exude in order to attract a healthier relationship. It's kind of just it goes. Okay. So one of the things that you cannot override, and a lot of people try to override and overlook, is you cannot get past law. Understanding spiritual law, understanding certain things really supports you in creating the life you want. And what I've realized is that a lot of women don't really understand law. And that's very, very important, especially while you're on this earth. Okay. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to share this amazing information that I'm about to drop, okay, with another amazing woman leader to be able to support them. Because I'm literally going to go over these laws, or specifically, I'm going to talk about this. The law of magnetism and the law of magnetism and the law of reciprocity, and why feminine energy is not about struggle, but it's actually about safety. And a lot of women don't really understand that. I saw a post, and this is the only time I'm gonna touch on this, but I saw a post where a man was saying that he was homeless, and I wrote an email about this. And for those who are on my email list, y'all will get the email tomorrow. But it's an email. It's basically the man was saying how he is homeless, his mother passed away. And all I keep seeing is women in the comments saying, "Where do you live? Where are you? If you can get here, you can come live with me." I'm like, it's multiple comments like that, like just sitting on their video. And I just thought that was completely insane that women would invite strangers into their homes just okay, just to say you have somebody, just to say, like, that's really insane to me. But I'm talking deeply about that more in my email. So make sure that you're on my email list. If you are a woman leader, okay, then make sure you click the link in the bio and grab access to the Magnetic Newsletter, which is a weekly newsletter that goes out to leaders to be able to support you in the areas that I'm going to be talking about today. But yeah, it was very much so insane because I'm trying to figure out, why would y'all invite strangers in your home that you don't know? That's completely nuts. I don't understand that. But that's the society that we live in. And I want us to stop being so blind, and I want us to keep safe. Okay. Understand that the world that we live in right now, it's a lot going on, it's a lot happening. So a lot of people are seeking refuge. A lot of people are seeking support. A lot of people are in savage mode. And you're going to see this elevate even more. And as a woman, especially if you're a heart centered woman, if you're a woman who does everything for everybody, and you've created this career for yourself, but you really really desire somebody, that y'all are the ones that really need to be careful, because I need you not to make decisions out of desperation. I need you to understand what safety is for you, and I need you to stay in that space, because women are making a lot of dangerous moves, and you don't have to make those moves. So I just need you to really kind of understand the law of magnetism, understanding the law of reciprocity, so that you don't position yourself to be played, because nobody can play you without your permission, your participation, or the fact that you simply, and I do mean simply, are not paying attention. The signs are always there. The signs need to outweigh your desperation, because the amount of comments that I saw on that video with that man saying that he was homeless and could somebody help him out, and y'all all in the inbox, all in the comments talking about something, you can come live with me. And it was women in multiple states. I saw one woman, you can come and live with me if you can get the VA. You can come and live with me if you get here. Why are y'all inviting strangers to come into your home? That is absolutely insane. Okay. That speaks to a deeper problem. But let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I need you to understand before I get into today's session about the spiritual laws of feminine science, part one. Thank you, my love, for these likes and these gifts. Is that I'm going to explain the two laws, okay? And then I'm going to get into the balance of giving and receiving. And then I'm going to get into real world examples of how these laws really shape your life, okay? So, belief impacts biology, and biology influences the way you behave. Whatever you believe is going to impact your biology and is going to influence the way you behave. This is the very reason that many people show up to their 9 to 5 every single day, because the belief is you're going to get a check. The belief is you're going to get a check. Why? Because you signed documents stating that you're going to get a check. Now, everybody on this live basically knows that corporations are closing down and shutting down with the quickness. So it's a very high chance anything can happen. You can walk into your 9 to 5 and it totally be closed. But you got a lot of faith in your 2 week check. Why? Because you signed that document, because based on your belief, you believe that they're supposed to pay you every 2 weeks or whatever the arrangement is. And so you behave a certain kind of way. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people will get their money and then they will spend all their money. And in their mindset, well, I'm gonna get paid again. I'm gonna get another check. That's your belief. So you spend your money based on that. Okay. So again, belief impacts biology. Biology influences the way you behave. Similar scenario with women who think that they are pregnant and then they go to the doctor to find out that they are not. You thought you were pregnant because you were throwing up. You thought you were pregnant because you felt like you could smell the ocean in California. You just thought all of these things, and when you went to the doctor, you realized that you were not pregnant. So guess what? The throwing up stopped. All the other symptoms and all those things stopped. Okay. So it's so important and so vital for you to understand that your belief impacts your biology, and your biology influences the way that you behave. All right. So that's first on the menu. So let's go ahead and get straight into it, because I don't plan on being here super long. But let me go ahead and give it to you. All right. So first and foremost, the biggest lie that women have continue to tell themselves is that love, success, and connection require things like effort, chasing, and proving. But in reality, the things that you desire can come to you when you feel safe enough to receive them. The reason why a lot of people do not hit the six-figure mark in their business is because you do not feel safe with $100,000, truthfully. And the reason why you don't feel safe with $100,000 is because you feel like you're going to blow it. You feel like that's a lot of responsibility. And this is why a lot of people will settle for just getting their 2 week check and they won't step into the fullness of entrepreneurship because they are afraid to allow themselves to receive that money. Why? Because there's a heavy responsibility that comes with that. When you first get your first $10,000 payment, it rocks your mindset. It rocks your mindset. Okay. It rocks your mindset in the form of you thinking, wow, I didn't even really think that I could do this. Then they first pay you like, oh my God, I really have to do this. Yes. Every time you get a high payment like that, you should feel like that. It should make you want to come up. It should make you want to call up. It should make you want to create an experience that's so excellent because you've been trusted with someone's investment. But the problem is the reason why you don't trust yourself with someone else's investment is because you don't trust yourself to execute properly. You are not a safe space to be able to attract monetary opportunities like that. I don't care how much you get online and market, your energy don't lie. Your energy screams desperation. Your energy screams things that repel your ideal client. Okay, because you don't really understand what it is that you are giving off. A lot of women also say things like, oh, I want a healthy relationship, but the reality of the situation is that you're not safe. If you're not spiritually secure, mentally secure, emotionally secure, you are not a physical safe space for anyone to be in relationship with you, because you are barely you are not even barely, you are not in relationship with yourself. A person that's in relationship with themselves, it shows when someone is taking care of themselves, there's evidence of this thing. Okay. And I think it's really important for people to be able to grasp that, because people aren't understanding why they're not receiving certain things. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes. When the truth is that you're not an energetic match for them. You're not. You are not an energetic match for this thing. And I want you to really get yourself together so that you can be, so you stop trying to prove your value by the things you do, chasing people or clients that are not thinking about you. I want you to simply learn how to be. Hey, love, simply learn how to be. Being is what attracts, not all this doing, because I want you to really think about what everything that you have done to try to achieve a goal. Did you actually achieve the goal? This is why, can I be really honest with you? So, and these are in some cases that I have seen, and this is not an attack on anyone. I want to be very clear when I say this. Okay, this is not an attack on anyone and anyone's choices. I'm a firm believer in people being able to do what they feel like they desire to do for themselves. But I have seen a common thing happen with women who, there's a difference that I've noticed with women who may have lost weight or have altered their body using the gym and using nutrition versus those who may have gone to get surgery, right? Not that anything is wrong with either approach. It's whatever your preference is. But what I have noticed with people who just automatically get surgery, it's kind of like energetically their mind and their emotions have not caught up with the new body. You understand what I'm saying? The mind, the energetics of the mind of who you are now, and the energetics of the heart and the security of self is not aligned with the new body. And this is why you will see some women who will get these things done and still operate as if they're in the old body. Okay? That is because energetically there has been no build up. There has been no security being laid. Okay? Because now we're just kind of going over here and getting this done, and it's like, wow, I have this new body, on this all this new attention, I have all this, oh my God, I don't really know what to do with it. Versus when you have someone who has kind of built their body up in a sense of, nutrition and the gym, they still deal with a form of adjustment to the new body. Don't get it twisted. A lot of people, even myself, I've dealt with body dysmorphia, and I used to be 100 pounds heavier, right? But the thing is, with me being 100 pounds smaller and me doing it, nutrition and, work in the gym and different things like that, what I noticed about myself is that energetically, I'm a match for what I look like. And a lot of women are absolutely breathtakingly beautiful. Okay. Like, absolutely. The best way to get in contact with me would probably be to either DM me on TikTok and or to email me, but probably DM me on TikTok and then I can respond to you if it's in regard to business. Now, if it's something personal, I'm probably not gonna respond. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Um, but if it's something in regard to business, I'll probably respond. DMs. Okay. But doing that work of losing like 100 pounds, right? Every pound, every 10 pounds, there was like a mental shift that I was requiring of myself, an elevated version of myself. I was doing a lot of internal work to secure myself. And when you don't do that internal work to build yourself up, you don't really know how to handle these things, right? You don't really, it's the equivalent to you promoting every single day your business. Boom, boom. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing that. And you don't have the systems to handle when people want to come in and actually patronize your business. Your website crashed because your system can't handle all those people. Okay. It's business run behalf. You email me? Yes, please DM me. DM me and send me your email address so I can go back and check that, my love. Because I don't want to miss that. I don't like missing no emails. Okay. But as you are building yourself up mentally, spiritually, emotionally, you can handle the physical of what's happening. Okay. When you build yourself up to know that you are worthy of somebody paying you $10,000, when they pay you $10,000, you like, okay, praise the Most High. Next, let's go get the next one. Instead of you freaking out because somebody just paid you $10,000 and you're freaking out and you're panicking about how you're going to be able to do all these things. That's not the way this works. Hey, my love. Okay. So it's really, really important that you understand that it's a difference when you secure yourself. It's a difference when you build yourself up. Sometimes we receive things so fast and we haven't prepared for them, which is why we drop the ball. All right. And I want us to stop doing that. I want us to stop chasing things and thinking that, this is the best way or the only way for you to be able to achieve any form of success, love, and all these other things is to struggle for it. Absolutely not. Thank you, my love, for these likes and these gifts. If you've ever felt like you've had to work extremely hard for love or forced relationships, whether it's in business or romantically or friendships, if you feel like you constantly tend to give more than you actually get, I need you to understand that it's not about effort, it's about energy. And there's something about your energy that screams, use me. And I don't mean to be mean when I say that. I don't mean to be crass when I say that, but I want to be honest with you. Okay? You better speak on it. I want to be honest with you. Your energetics are not a match for what you're asking for. Okay? If you are out here saying that you want a healthy relationship and you treat yourself like trash, you don't take care of your spirit. You don't take care of your mind. You don't take care of your emotions. Hell, you don't take care of your body. So you mean to tell me you're going to take care of finances and social relationships when you don't even take care of yourself? You're not an energetic match for that. And it's okay to realize that you're not an energetic match for that, because then you can come to the realization that you can become an energetic match for these things, but it's going to require a level of work. And you have to ask yourself, am I ready to do that work? Am I ready to do that internal building? A lot of us are not really ready to do that internal building, which is why we energetically don't match for what we want. You match for where you are. You match for where you are and you match with who you are. Everyone that you meet is either the light of the shadow of who you are. It's just depending on the reflection or the angle of the mirror. That's literally it. Okay. Specifically, we're going to talk about safety and how your body honestly holds the frequency of attraction and reciprocity, whether you realize it or not. So, today I'm going to talk about the laws of magnetism, or the law of magnetism and the law of reciprocity, and why they determine, right? Not just your relationships, but your entire life experience. So this is not a session today is welcome to feminine science. Okay. So just in case people didn't know what this was, welcome to feminine science. I teach feminine science on Fridays. So this that I'm going to be talking about today is not just about dating. It's not about dating, honestly. It's about relationships overall, friendships, romance, business. All of these things are very important because you need to understand that the real riches are in relationships. And a lot of y'all are about to find that out. Y'all think it's about money. It's about being in alignment with the proper people to put you in better position. You understand what I'm saying? So it's very important for you to understand the energy that you give off and paying attention to the energy that automatically just aligns with you. Okay. So if you don't like the energy that has been aligning with you, has been approaching you, has been, really surrounding you lately, then we need to shift some things. All right. And hopefully this will support you in shifting some things. So this is just part one. Part two, we will be going over on probably next Friday. But let's go ahead and get into it. Okay. The law of magnetism and why, how can I say this? The law of magnetism and why why you attract what feels safe but not what you actually want. Okay? The law of magnetism states that you don't attract what you want, you attract exactly what you are. What you embody, what your nervous system believes to be safe. Okay? And let me tell you something. If you safety in this case right here in regard to your nervous system, it really depends on your training. If you grew up in a household where you constantly had to be in fight or flight mode and you were in survival mode, your nervous system is trained for the drama, which is why you are so attracted to the thrill. So you may be attracted to men who are or people who are emotionally unavailable, are always busy, or you may attract people who make you go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, right? Internally. You may attract experiences like that because to you and your nervous system, that is what is normal. That is what is safe to you. That is your baseline. And a lot of people don't realize that if you don't reset your nervous system and if you don't reprogram your mind, you're still stuck at that baseline since when you were a child. And I think that's very damaging because when you see adults out here operating and people like, oh, you act like a child. Most people are grown children walking around here. Most people, there are a lot of adult children. I won't even say grown because grown by definition means to mature. And we love to say that we grown until it's time to actually be grown, which is to be mature. Okay. So the thing about it is a lot of adult children are walking around here. And to be transparent with you, until I had my spiritual awakening, I walked around as a 12-year-old probably for about 21 years internally and didn't even realize it. You are still carrying the program from your childhood until you actually reprogram that. I have a couple of things that can support you with that. Hold that question for me and I got you, boo. So let's go ahead and get straight into this, okay? So again, the law of magnetism basically states that you don't attract what you want, you attract exactly what you are, what you embody, and what your nervous system basically believes to be safe, okay? Magnetism is an energetic set point. It is not a wish list. I hear a lot of women come on these apps talking about feminine magnetism, like, oh, you just gotta do this and do that. Absolutely not. That's a set point. It's not a wish list. Okay. If your body has been programmed for chaos and struggle all your life and conditional love rather than ease, consistency, and deep connection, then when you feel those things with a person, this is why women will say things like, oh, he's such a nice guy, he's great, but it's just so boring. It's not enough trauma for you because your nervous system has been trained to thrive off trauma when in reality it's been breaking your nervous system down to the ground. Okay, hold that question for me, I'm gonna answer for you. I have something for you. And I think that we really don't realize that if your body has been programmed for all of this chaotic behavior or chaotic energy or love that's based solely on conditions, you know what I'm saying? When you meet somebody who feels safe or that is safe, you won't even be able to recognize it. Even if you crave safety, you won't find it because your nervous system is always going to bring you back to who you are. This is why a lot of women, like I said, they attract the unavailable, emotionally unavailable, energetically unavailable, all of these different type of things that women don't really realize. And even though you crave safety, you crave healthy, healthy relationships, healthy friendships, healthy masculine, all of these different things, you can't seem to get this because you're wired different and you have not done any rewiring. Hey, love. And that's the issue. Feminine energy does not chase, it literally attracts. And I want to give you an example. I'm going to just take women out of it. Society, the ads that you see, that's feminine energy. So that's called feminine advertisement, feminine sales. Okay. Anytime you see an advertisement on television or on your phone or anything and that makes you want to buy, it literally has seduced you into buying. That is feminine energy, sweetheart. That is feminine sales. Direct sales are people coming into your DMs. Direct sales is the man with the knives knocking on your door saying, hey, you want to buy these knives? Those are direct masculine sales tactics. The commercial that you watched that talked about this vacation and how you're going to feel so amazing, and it's showing a fine girl on the beach and it's showing her with the cigarette. That's how they convince you to buy the vacation, to buy the cigarette, to buy things that literally can cause issues with you, all by simply seducing you. Absolutely, it's always soft. It's always a soft sale. And you don't catch that because you're so enamored, you're so seduced, which is the point. That's the point. The point is to get you to come to them, not for them to come to you. The sales aspect of feminine is more so very, how can I say this, very tantalizing, very seductive, very pull you in, very come see about me. Okay, that's femininity. And I think people really don't realize that. But when I say femininity attracts, it doesn't chase. That's what I mean. Nobody has ever had to, I don't think I've ever seen a Rolls Royce commercial. Yet everyone knows what a Rolls Royce is, and people are still going out there and purchasing Rolls Royces. Okay. The exclusivity, the allure, the magnetism towards it, the energy that it sends out for you to have one, all of those things. That's a very feminine energy approach. Very wise. You're going to have to come see about me. And when you come see about me, I know you're serious because it ain't been no commercial. It ain't been no nothing. But you desire me so much that you're going to come and actually see about me and invest in me. Feminine. Okay. We don't chase. The same thing applies when it comes down to you as a woman. You don't chase things. You attract things. But attraction only happens when, or the type of attraction that you desire only happens when your system feels at ease, okay, in receiving rather than bracing for rejection. Because if we want to be honest, bracing for a rejection, abandonment, and what's another one that's real heavy? Disappointment. Okay. So if you are bracing yourself for the failure, which is what a lot of women do in life, in business, and in dating experiences, right? They will brace for, you finna do something crazy. I'm just waiting on the time for it to happen. And when it happens, I'm like, I knew it was gonna happen and all that type of stuff. So you literally are on the defense all the time. Therefore, everything that you see, even if it's something small and it may not even be that, it's going to be multiplied and amplified in your mind because the belief that you have is that something is going to go wrong. What I tell in the beginning, belief impacts biology and biology influences the way you behave. That's why you acting crazy with that man, because you believe he about to do whatever and act, he about to do something anyway. So you're already on the defense, preparing yourself for something that has not even happened. Child, I didn't know you was a fortune teller. I ain't know. I didn't know. I didn't know you was a fortune teller where you would be able to tell if someone was going to be able to bring you harm. And here's the reality about it. If you were really in tune with your nervous system, beloved, you would not have to brace yourself for rejection, abandonment, or struggle. All you would have to do is listen. Because as soon as you got in someone's presence and your nervous system was like, you would immediately know what to do if you were truly in tune with your nervous system. Because the butterflies that you feel are actually a warning. Butterflies are it's a scientific fact that Disney basically lied to everybody by saying that butterflies is a sign of love. That's a lie. Butterflies is a sign that your nervous system is in fight or flight. Okay? And when you are in fight or flight, Molly, you in danger, girl. You in danger, baby. You don't need another opinion. You don't need another thought. You don't need another, what is it that I'm supposed to be doing? You need to get away. Our body tells us, but most of us are disconnected from our bodies exactly to the point to where you can't hear again. Nobody can play you without your permission, your participation, or the fact that you are not paying attention. And the key thing that you are not paying attention to is self. And that's the problem. Because the first step before you even try to enter into any form of relationship, friendship, romance, business, is for you to be aware of self. Because if you are aware of self, then you can articulate your desires, your needs, your wants, and all of these things very clearly up front. But a lot of you don't know this because you are so enamored by just being taken out, which is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And true, never mind, I'm gonna keep that to myself. I just don't understand it. Okay. So let's use this as an example, talking about how magnetism is an energetic point, not a wish list, and how feminine energy attracts and doesn't chase. The woman who constantly attracts emotionally unavailable partners isn't unlucky. She's not, oh, she's just unlucky. She just, she's not good with love. She just don't do this. If we're going to be honest with it, truthfully, her body is wired to find inconsistency familiar, okay? Which makes stability feel suspicious or boring. That's what happens. Until her nervous system is reset, she will still unconsciously repel the very thing that she desires the absolute most. She will, because she doesn't understand anything else. It's the equivalent of understanding that your primary language is English and you are trying to seek and have a conversation with someone who speaks Japanese. You're not going to be able to receive what that person is saying because you don't understand. You have been programmed to only know English as your primary language. Okay? And so we don't really grasp that. This is why I'm having that masterclass on next week. Okay. That's why I created the Love and the Nervous System Masterclass, because I'm going to teach you how to rewire your body and your energy. So magnetism, it really comes natural to you because that's how it's supposed to be. Okay. And because your nervous system, well, let me say this, until your nervous system gets in a space to where it is safe, it recognizes safety, attraction will always feel like a battle and not like an effortless exchange. Okay. You should not be in fight or flight mode when you are going out with people. If you are going to meet people and you already on the edge because your mindset is, I don't trust people, you need to have a seat. You need to have a seat because you're not an energetic match for even a friend. And I'm not even being funny when I say that. You're not even an energetic match for a healthy friend because you're automatically coming in on the defense. I hear y'all, women are like this, and women ain't no real friends. You can't really trust women. Men, you can't really trust them. They this and they that. Well, I mean, well, dang. Is it that you can't trust them, or is it that you have not been able to tap into the true power of discernment to be able to determine who is good for you and who is not good for you? Let's really tell the truth here. Is it them or is it you? Is it them or is it really you? Because I always find it very interesting when people always say that I just can't trust people. People this, people that. No, you don't trust yourself because your nervous system hasn't been rewired. And I understand because I've been there. But what I can tell you is as you begin to age, if you don't get that together, you're going to be in trouble, sweetheart. Because let me tell you something. Let's have a real conversation real quick. For those who don't understand. I mean, we having one anyway, but let's have a little deeper one. My mother always explained to me that between the ages, women, something happens with women between the ages of like 35 and 45. This is why you see a lot of women in their 40s end up getting pregnant and just random things like this, right? This happens because, and this happens a lot with women who, um, it happens a lot with women who may have not been married or have had bad relationships or bad experiences when it comes down to love. It's like something turns on. And I'm going to tell you exactly what really turns on. What turns on is the time clock that society has programmed you on. Society teaches women that when you hit a certain age, you are no longer desirable. You should not try to have children. You should not try to do this. You should not try to do that. You're too old. You need to do this. You need to do that, right? So people, they make you feel as if you're not good enough, if you're not a wife or you're not a mother by a certain time frame. And this clicks in women and creates these type of women I'm speaking about. It creates a insecurity in them. If they're not secure, if the foundation was not laid for them to be secure in self, what ends up happening is that they develop this insecurity. So they develop this insecurity, which is actually energetics, right? Security is comes out of your beliefs. Insecurities come out of your beliefs. So because you believe you're on a time clock, because you believe there are no good men, because you believe all of these things, you operate from the frequency of desperation. Now we finna get into it. So now between the ages of 35 and 45, women go through this very strong period of desperation. I see a lot of women accepting things, right? that are very dangerous and damaging to themselves. Much like I told you when I first got on this live, and I'm talking about it in my email tomorrow. Y'all better get on my email list because I'm really going to dive deep. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes. I saw a video on TikTok where a man was talking about how he was homeless. His mama died. And it was women in the comments talking about, you can come live with me all over the world. You talking about piss me off? What is wrong? What is wrong is that you are vibrating at the state of desperation to the point to where you would invite a stranger in your home, knowing that people unalive and people like nobody business in 2025. What is happening? The desperation is what is happening. The desperation is what is happening. The lack of security within yourself is what is happening due to your beliefs, because you allow society to program your mind into believing that you don't have options, though you claim to be a believer. And it does say in John 10:10 that the Messiah is coming to give you life and give you life abundantly. So if your desires are aligned with the Most High's desires, and the Most High's desire is for you to have a husband, yet you're going to believe what everybody else is telling you out here in society, that's crazy work. That's why you're not an energetic match for what you want. When it comes down to free will, sweetheart, that includes your belief. You have the free will to believe the Most High, or you have the free will to believe society. You choose. You choose. So the thing is, what is happening is that a lot of women are functioning from a space of desperation because they lack security, because they don't know themselves. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes. You don't know yourself. You don't know yourself, and you're not safe. So you think energetically, if you're not safe with yourself, that you're going to be safe with someone else and someone else is going to be safe with you? Absolutely not. That is the first way that you are going to become a victim. That is the first way that you're going to become prey. And you know how you end up becoming a victim in this space? It's because you bully yourself. Let's talk about it. You bully yourself. You talk crazy to yourself. So you're a victim in everybody else's eyes. You're a victim. Everyone, oh, it's this person's fault. I don't know why they keep treating me like this. I have a big heart. Baby, your heart is not big. Having a big heart is not a flex unless you have big boundaries. Thank you. I received that. So the thing is, you're not paying attention to how what you see yourself as and what you believe about yourself and how that's impacting your decision making. This is why you see a lot of women coming out here and they like ain't had no kid. They all of a sudden they pregnant 40 and the man don't want to have nothing to do with them. You're not even taking time to get to know people. Hell, y'all inviting people in people's house is crazy to me. Y'all, I wish I could find that video. That man was saying his mom died. He needed somewhere to be. I'm talking about women. I'm in Virginia. If you can get here, I'm in Maryland. If you could get here, I'm in Tech. What are we doing? Do you not understand the state of the current climate economically, the current climate socially, the current climate and all of these things? Like, come on now. Come on. This is not the time to lose your consciousness. This is the time to hold tight on your consciousness, like it tells you in Revelations 3:11, to hold tight to your crown, because the savages are out, sweetheart. And as things begin to get more expensive, as things begin to get more crazy, the savage in people is really going to show. And you're going to need to know the people around you. You're going to have to really build real community, because if you don't, you're going to find yourself in a state of chaos, because you're going to really start seeing something. You're going to really start seeing something. So if you know that you are a little bit too trusting, and here's the thing, there's nothing for you to be ashamed of, but you need to keep it real with yourself right now. And I mean right now. You need to keep it real with yourself right now. If you have not been in a space where you choose well, or you choose people who don't really respect you, you choose people who kind of up and down, you need to be in this masterclass on the 27th, because you need to learn what safety feels like. Because I'm telling y'all think they asking y'all for somewhere to stay now. I'm telling you, I got an email coming about this tomorrow. It's called the I forgot what it's called, the something of the hobosexual and why women keep falling for it. If you are a women leader, you need to be on the newsletter so you can get that tomorrow. Because the thing is, there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be coming out saying that they need things. A lot of people are going to be giving you a lot of sweet nothings and telling you stuff. Y'all get on my nerves with telling these folks that y'all love language is words of affirmation. And then they turn around and spell cast on you. And then you wonder why you are now a part of something that you technically didn't want to be a part of in the first place. You allowed your own self to fall under a spell of words. Words mean nothing. Please don't piss me off. Words mean nothing. Do you understand that? When it comes down to men, action is a man's language. That's what you better know. That's what you better know. Action is a man's language. Whatever he is doing and treating you for real, that's how he see you for real. That's how he see you for real. Exactly. My love language is acts of service, baby. You ask me immediately. That's what it is. Acts of service. 'Cause I need to see what you do. I don't need to hear nothing out of your mouth. I can build with the words from my mouth. I don't need you to tell me nothing. I need you to show me something. Because guess what? Even in scripture, it shows you that. Love is patience. You got to choose to be patient. Love is kind. You got to choose to be kind. Love does not boast. So you have to choose not to boast or keep a record of wrongdoing. These are all choices. If you don't do these things with your own self, if you're not kind to you, if you're not patient with you, if you always keeping a record of your wrongdoing, you don't love yourself. And it tells you in scripture, you are to love your neighbor as you love yourself. So stop saying you love them man because you don't. Stop saying you love your children because you don't. Because again, it tells you in scripture that you are to love your neighbor as you love yourself. And your child is your neighbor, baby. Just because they came from you, they're not your neighbor. Oh, all right. This is why when you put all of your love and your identity in being a mother and being a wife, and if should something happen, should your child grow up and decide they want to go live their own life, you want to try to guilt trip them because you gave them your life. Nobody told you to give up your life and start guilt tripping your adult children. You are to know who you are outside of motherhood. For women who like to find their identity in being wives, Lord forbid you ever become a widow, is going to be crushing in your mind. What the crazy part about that is, people die every day, B. This is what you know. But because you've wrapped your identity in being somebody else's something, now you don't know how to live because you no longer can live up to that title in your mind. See, these are the things that we do to ourselves as women. You're very quick to label yourself. Be very careful in the society that is quick to label you, because guess what? You might put your own self under a spell. Beloved, how about that? She said, that's what happened to me. My God. Be careful what you brand yourself as. You understand what I'm telling you? Be careful what you brand yourself as, because that is how you will be seen. And then when you don't live up to that, then when that part of your life expands or amplifies and you want to pull away from that, people got an issue with you. Now people have an issue with you because this is who you have told people that you are. So again, if you know that you are not a safe space, my love, you need to be in a masterclass. The masterclass is $111. Yes, you can get it with Klarna Affirm and Afterpay. Sunday night, it is going up to $147. Okay, Klarna Affirm and Afterpay. I don't want to hear the excuses. Especially if y'all out here moving people into y'all houses like y'all done lost y'all mind. When we living in this society, in this climate where people will be savages, y'all, please don't make yourself pray in this season. This is not the time for this. This is not the time for this. This is a time for wisdom. Y'all love to quote scripture and talk about this and that. This is the time to be living it for real. Because I'm gonna be very honest with you. Number one, this is a year of 9. So because this is a year of 9, scripturally, it means completeness, fruitfulness, finality, judgment. All things are gonna be exposed, sweetheart. So even the fake belief is going to get exposed. See, when things really start happening in the world and it's like, oh my goodness, this going to happen, this happened, you're going to really see who really worship God for real. You're going to see who really worship God for real, who got belief for real. Because there are things that are going to press and push you and shake you up. And you're going to be feeling like, oh my goodness, I've never seen this in my life. I never thought this day would come. Well, it's here. Well, it's here. And if you don't have good discernment, if you don't have good judgment, you are going to be prey in this season. And I don't want that for you, because nobody can play you without your permission, your participation, or the fact that you simply are not paying attention. And I hope that you are paying attention, because people get very creative when they have nothing. And if you don't believe me, look at the folks in jail. They figure out how to make all kind of meals. They figure out how to do all kind of things. Okay? They figure out all kind of creative ways. When you have nothing, you will create something. Oh, I don't got nowhere to live. Oh, I love you so much. I want to marry you. But I just want to, I want to get some things together first. And I was thinking, If we live together for a while, I can stack and I can save and I can do this. And now you didn't move the fool in your house. And you so foolish that you don't understand your own state laws, that you have allowed this man to stay here so long, to where he has sent mail to the house. And so when you call the police to put him out, they won't put him out, because guess what? He lives there. He lives there now. Technically, you can't really put him out. See, y'all be out here making decisions and choices based on your loins and your desperation, and it's gonna mess you up in this season. It's gonna mess you up. It's gonna mess you up. Love bombing. I always tell people love bombing is, and some people can take this how they want to take it. Love bombing only works on people who are love starved and people who don't love themselves. And that's facts. And here's what I mean when I say that. Love bombing only works on people who are starved of love and people who don't love themselves. When if somebody meets me, a man meets me and he wants to knock me on my feet and buy me flowers and buy these things, sweetheart, I'm not enamored. I'm not like, oh my God, he's so amazing. He bought me flowers. He did this. He did that. Absolutely not. When I receive these things, right? When I receive these things, I'm like, I'm so amazing. I'm so fly. My energy is so rich and alluring and magnetic that he gave a flower a flower. Game recognized game. I am so valuable. I am so this, I am that he invests in me. So whenever he chooses to stop investing, I'm not going to lose no sleep about it, because guess what? I always invest in me. I'm not love starved. That's why you can't bomb me, sweetheart. I am the bomb. I know I deserve love. So of course you love me, baby. Of course you love me, baby. How y'all letting these folks trick y'all? Because you don't love yourself. Because you don't dote on yourself, because you don't elevate yourself. A man taking me to an expensive restaurant does not do it for me, because I can go out and take my homegirls out and we're going to spend a couple $100 at the place. And I may go ahead and pick up the tab. So no, I'm not impressed by you taking me to a nice restaurant. This is what I do on a regular. Okay. How about now? Put a one in the comments for me. I got a different mic. This one just died. Perfect. Perfect. I want to compare this to, y'all need to stop being enamored by the small stuff. And the reason why, thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes. If you're enamored by the small stuff, is because you don't do nothing for yourself. There's no standard for yourself. That's why a lot of women are easily impressed. And then when you get in these situations or even these relationships, you like, this ain't what I want. Yeah, because you never had a standard from jump. So you just accepted anything. And it was cool for a minute. Just like that job be cool for the first 6 months. When you are used to something, you're not enamored by it. You don't lose your mind when it happens. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes. A perfect example of this, if you have a teenage daughter who you allowed freedom, right? Let's say she's 18 now, she's about to go to college. So you gave her freedom with boundaries, her teenage years. When she goes off to college and she's able to be free, she's not going to be wild. But y'all be trying to hold y'all daughter so tight. You don't want them to experience things. You're trying to protect them from the reality. And then you wonder why they go to college and their first semester, they're pregnant. See, because you're trying to shelter them from reality without giving them freedom and responsibility. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. And you want to be pissed off when they go and show out. Okay? So it's so important and so vital for you to understand that when you're not enamored by certain things, you're not fooled easily. And a lot of you are fooled easily. And it's a problem. Okay? So that's the law of magnetism. Let's get into the law of reciprocity, the balance of giving and receiving, which is what a lot of women really don't understand. The law of reciprocity teaches us that what we give, we receive. But here's what most people tend to miss, specifically women miss this a lot. This exchange only works if both, okay, both giving and receiving feel safe in the body. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Y'all feel good giving because you've always given all your life. That is your training. You've grown up. You're the oldest daughter. You're the one in the family that takes care of everything. So guess what? You grew up always giving, 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 giving. People always got, and you learn how to not ask for things and you learn to not receive. And you feel uncomfortable receiving all the way down to the point to where you can't even receive a compliment. Girl, you look so pretty today. Girl, girl, I just threw this together. Or you do something like, girl, you do too. Because you feel so uncomfortable with somebody complimenting you. You don't know how to sit and receive it. You don't know how to sit and say thank you. And then y'all try to disguise it as, well, I want to be kind. I don't want to be rude. I want to return the favor. Shut up. Because y'all don't even, please, don't use that as the opportunity for you to return the favor. Are you kidding me? That's the time that you use to return the favor? Oh, okay, then. Please don't piss me off with that. Oh, girl, you look so good. Girl, you trying to cop out because you don't like that attention, because you don't accept you, so you don't think nobody else accepts you. Therefore, that's why you got to give it back. It ain't because you genuinely a kind person. Girl, pick somebody else to play with, sweetheart. I ain't the one for that. It ain't because you're just a kind person. You want that attention off you because you feel uncomfortable because you have not accepted yourself, which is why you have to ask your friend how you look in the dress, which is crazy to me. Why do you need to ask someone how you look in something? Don't you know what looks good on you? No, but you don't know yourself. Oh, got it. Understood. Okay. Again, the law of reciprocity teaches us that what we give, we get, we receive. Okay. But the part that a lot of women miss is that this exchange only works if both giving and receiving feel good and feel safe in the nervous system, in the body. Many women have been conditioned to overgive, overfunction, overprove. And what this has done is that this disrupts reciprocity. Y'all be out here talking about something. I just want you to treat me like I treat you. You don't treat yourself like you treat them. Don't piss me off. Seriously. Y'all be wanting so much from men. I want you to take me here. You don't take your own self on dates. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. You don't buy your own, you don't get your own nails done. But when a man comes, I need you to get my nails done. I need you to do this. I need you to do that. I need this. I need that. You don't do none of these things for yourself. But you have such a high level expectation for someone else to show up for you in the area that you don't is crazy. Because many women, like I said, have been conditioned to overgive, overfunction, overprove, this disrupts reciprocity, okay? Because it creates energy imbalance. And that's why y'all get resentful. You're not mad at the man. Can we talk about that? You're not mad at the man because he's not giving you what you want. You're mad at the imbalance because you don't have a threshold as a giver. That's why you're mad. That's why you're mad. See, you mad and you scorn because you give hoping to receive when receiving does not feel safe in your body. You can't even receive a compliment. You think you'll be able to, child? This disrupts reciprocity because it creates an energy imbalance where one person is always giving and the other person is always receiving. Okay. True feminine magnetism is about balance, not sacrifice. Hello again. True feminine magnetism is about balance, not sacrifice. If your system has been wired to equate love with earning, then you will only attract situations where you feel like you have to do more and you'll get less. This is why they tell you, you hear all the gurus who talk about dating will tell you the less you do, the more you get. That's a fact. I've been on both sides of the element, Bookie. I've been on both sides of the element. I used to be the girl who didn't know how to receive. It wasn't safe for me to receive. I'm the oldest daughter. Okay. So you already know the game. I'm the trial and error kid. And I'm the one that got to watch the siblings. So my adulthood came a little bit early for your girl. Okay. Because when you have to watch other siblings, there is a part of you that has to grow up. All right. And what a lot of women don't really understand is that you think if you do more, then you're going to receive more because people are going to see you. Nobody sees you. Nobody sees you because they think you have it all together, because that's always been your role, to act and to seem as if you have it together. And that's the same energy you give off. If somebody comes to you and the first time you meet them and they are dumping all of their bags and their problems on you and you start picking up their problems and having solutions, then guess what? Don't get mad when they call you the bag lady, baby. Don't get mad when they treat you like the bag lady. I mean, you came in picking up bags. What you expect? I didn't know you was a janitorial service. I didn't know. I didn't know. They didn't know either until you volunteered. We ain't even know until you had to volunteer. Hey, my love, until you volunteered your services, now we understand you are the bag lady and you get treated like the bag lady. Okay? If you don't understand, again, that true feminine magnetism is about balance and not sacrifice, you will always attract scenarios where you do more and get less. This happens at your 9 to 5. This happens in business. This happens in your relationships. This happens in your friendships. Exactly, elders. I had to put boundaries in place too. Very vital. And boundaries feel very foreign to oldest daughters or women, girls in the family who had to take leadership roles. Boundaries feel foreign because automatically you've always just been taught to serve. But the problem is you were taught to serve without limits. And that's the issue. Scripture does not even tell you to be a fool like that. Scripture does not even tell you to do that. For real. I'm just telling you. Let me give you an example. A woman who struggles to receive whether it's love, whether it's money or opportunity, she often has subconscious blocks tied to guilt, okay, self worth, or maybe even past conditioning of her household. Okay, let me fix this thing because TikTok be doing this. There we go. Um, she will literally, this type of woman tends to reject, and this is the sad part. She will reject what she actually desires because her system does not equate ease with safety. Some of y'all are so in fight or flight mode that when you actually sit down and rest, you feel guilty. You feel guilty. You feel guilty for telling somebody no. You feel guilty for telling somebody no when that's the best thing for you. Over explaining is a sign that your nervous system is shot. Because why in the hell do you have to say anything past no? Because no is a complete sentence. I only give explanations to people who add value to my life. I'm not, hey, you want to go do this? No. No, thank you. No, thank you. Now you ask me why, I might tell you depending on who you are. And if I might not. It's either two things. You ask me why, I'm either tell you none of your business or I'm gonna tell you what's up. So if you ask me why, that's what's gonna happen. And if you prepare for none of your business and you ain't gonna get offended, because the answer's still gonna be no, you're gonna be all right. The problem is the reason why women have a hard time saying with saying no and y'all feel guilty about it. Or let me say this, scratch that. I'm sorry. A lot of times women don't like hearing no. And I've been seeing y'all post, I don't like when my man tell me, I don't like nobody tell me no. The reason why you don't like nobody telling you no, because you don't say no enough. Because you don't say a no enough, you can't respect the no. You see the no as another way around you need to go. You don't see the no as protection. You don't see the no as covering. No, you think you know better. You're going to go around it. You ain't going to do it. Somebody else going to do it. Oh, okay, then. Let them do it. Let them do it. Let them. The reason why you have a hard time receiving no is because you don't say no enough. And that's your problem. You are really stuck on the fact that people should be saying yes to you. Why are you so committed to making someone say yes when they've already said no? That's dishonorable. That's as much as y'all try to say y'all don't practice sorcery and witchcraft because you're such believers, you do it. You do it. Let me put you on game if you didn't know. An act of sorcery is actually arguing. And I'll explain what I mean. To argue is to prove or to persuade. Why are you trying to persuade someone who's already committed in their mind to this certain thing or this certain belief? You trying to change their mind is a form of sorcery because who told you to do that? Why you just can't respect? Why you just can't respect the no? Why you just can't respect that? No, you got to try to manipulate. And then on the other end of arguing and why I say that's a form of sorcery, people say, "Well, I understand persuasion, but what do you mean by proving?" Who says that? Let me help y'all out with the arguing. Thank you, my love. Um, People will try to argue and prove their point, right? I'll use this for an example. What I love and respect about the Most High is that the Most High lays everything out in this nice little Ethiopian scripture. Like you really can read and really figure out some things about life and really, really gain some understanding. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes. But society will give you a bunch of options and make you feel as if you have a bunch of choices when it really is the illusion of choice, because all the choices lead back to what they want you to believe and what they want you to think. So trying to prove, this is why I always think it's funny. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. And it's like when people try to use data to prove a point, everybody knows that most data is skewed. So if that's your talking point, and if that's your proof, it's not full truth. How do you know that that is full truth? So you should not be out here trying to prove or persuade someone to go to the left or the right. That's not your position, and to argue with their mindset. You're trying to change their mind, and the Most High don't even do that. See, when God won't even change your mind, see, that's the one thing God won't do. Y'all talk about God. God, God gives you the free will to choose. Why you ain't letting them choose? You trying to argue your position. You trying to convince them. You trying to convict them for what? What's the reason? Because you're trying to get them to do what you want them to do, sweetheart. That's sorcery. That's a form of witchcraft. Y'all play so much. Y'all love to talk about these celebrities be practicing magic and all that. Y'all do it too. You do it too. By arguing with somebody down. Because the truth is, you arguing because you think you're right. You arguing because you think you're right. That's the funny part. This is why, like I said, women who struggle to receive, whether it's love, whether it's money or opportunities, oftenly she has these subconscious blocks, right? Tied tied to guilt, tied to self-worth, tied to just a multitude of things that don't really make her feel safe based on her conditioning. And when you operate like that, you will reject the very thing that you desire, because your system can't understand that being at ease is safety, because you're used to this. You used to the up and down. And this is why so many women really struggle with attraction, to be honest with you. It's not about looks. It's not about dating strategies or even effort, to be honest with you. It's about whether or not receiving feels safe to you. And a lot of you, receiving doesn't feel safe to you. You're not comfortable with it. So y'all got to stop lying. Truthfully, if you really want to fix the problem, you got to stop lying. And y'all lie a lot. You lie to yourself, and then you wonder why you attract liars. Like the maths every time. The math go math every time in your life, whether you try to act like it doesn't, but it does. It does. Inside the masterclass, the love and nervous system, we're going to be rewiring these deep patterns, okay, that have made love, wealth, and ease feel unsafe for you, okay? So you can finally, instead of always having to earn, you can allow something in your space. Y'all feel like y'all took you got to work twice as hard a little bit too serious. Y'all working twice as hard in relationships with people who don't care about you. You're working twice as hard at 9 to 5s that don't value you. You're working twice as hard to please people who don't give a damn about you. Like, really, this is what is really, really happening. And it's happening because you feel like this is what you're supposed to do. Thank you, my love. This is what you're supposed to do. You need to rewire that pattern. Okay. Let's get into some real world examples of how these laws, the law of magnetism, the law of reciprocity, shape success in relationships. So let's break this down real quick, okay? In loving relationships, a woman who fears abandonment, and I used to be this woman, FYI, a woman who fears abandonment, okay, might cling to partners who are emotionally unavailable, because she's wired for the chase. She's wired for the chase. And it's damaging. because we don't want to be abandoned anymore. Here's the dangerous part when you have abandonment issues. And I'm going to tell you something. There's a woman actually who is on the live right now, Queen Mother Lacey Taylor. She helped me really, really do the work to meet myself with my inner child, to really meet my anxious attachment style. And if I have to give credit to someone who really supported me in the process of healing my anxious attachment style, it is her. It is her, because she was the one that had to tell me, hey, you don't talk to your little self like that ever. And I'm not going to sit in a space and allow you to talk about yourself in that type of manner. Okay. So when we're talking about these anxious attachment styles and this abandonment, I'm not telling you something that I don't know. I'm telling you something that I've lived. So I understand with the wound of abandonment, you almost will shape shift into anything to not experience that form of abandonment again. So you will chase because you don't want to feel that emptiness of something being snatched from you and you being neglected and feeling abandonment. This is totally understandable. It's totally understandable that you would feel that way and that you would operate that way based on your conditioning. The problem is staying that way is the issue, because now you're walking around as an adult child, trying to do adult things, trying to do grown things, because grown by definition means to mature. Adult, you just 18. Okay. There's a lot of adult children out here doing grown things and they're not grown. They're not grown because you are out here shape shifting into whatever you need to be so this person won't leave you. For those who suffer with abandonment, I want to give you a quick gift. And I do this every once in a while, but I'll do this really quickly. Don't record this and mess up the what we got going on. But what you can do is go back and catch this on YouTube when I drop it later on. Okay. There is a kind of little song that I created for myself when I was really working on my abandonment issues, and I was really getting rooted with the Most High, and I really was able to create this for myself, right? So this is how it goes. I am in this world, but I'm not of this world. I am the Most High's girl. I can't lose. Anything that leaves just ain't for me. Is no need for me to get the blues. Divinely protected, self highly respected, get to live the life that I choose. So I choose myself, I choose my wealth, I choose my health over you. This is what stopped me from being obsessed about, okay, someone leaving my life or leaving this experience. Because here's the truth, everybody gonna leave your life and you probably gonna leave somebody's life, so cut it. And the one thing for sure, two things for certain, is that everybody got to leave this earth at some point. Do you understand what I'm saying? Thank you, my love. Everybody got to leave this earth at some point. So you can't be fixated on the fact that someone is going to leave, because everybody going to leave at some point. And I also, another thing for those who struggle with abandonment issues, let me give you another gift. Thank y'all so much. I need you to start looking at relationships like that beautiful experience you have when you go through a revolving door, right? So a revolving door, I don't know about you, but a revolving door is so fun to me. It like makes me feel like a little kid. It's just something like a little small joy. And I want you to imagine going through in a revolving door with another person, right? And it's a person that you're in relationship with. Guess what? Somebody gotta get out first. Somebody gotta get out first. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these comments and these likes. Somebody gotta get out first. That may be you that get out first. It may be the other person who gets out first, but somebody getting off this ride, whether it's in life or in death. Do you understand what I'm telling you? And when you understand that concept, you begin to learn how to enjoy the ride, because ultimately somebody's still going to get off at some point. You cannot wrap your existence in people leaving you, when the reality is that in every single reality that you create for yourself, you are going to experience loss. People are going to leave. They're going to leave. And you have got to come to that realization and stop throwing your body out of whack. You are making yourself sick with all that shape shifting, trying to keep somebody in your life experience. It's hard to wear a mask. Didn't we learn that during the pandemic? It gets harder and harder to breathe when you keep having a mask on. You can't even be yourself in that experience because you're so concerned about them leaving. Please. If you be yourself and they leave, then that ain't for you. That ain't for you. Okay? Give me a second, love. I'm gonna answer all questions, I promise. Okay? In love and relationships, again, a woman who overgives in relationships often feels resentful. See, this is when y'all get scorned right here. A woman who overgives in relationships often feels resentful, but doesn't realize that she is training her partner to expect effort instead of offer it. Let that sizzle in your spirit. I'm going to say it again. A woman who overgives in relationships often feels resentful, but she doesn't realize that she trains her partner to expect effort instead of offer it. Baby, you can't be the ringmaster in your own circus and then be trying to figure. You can't play with clowns and wonder why you in the circus. You are not seeing that you've trained them by you being a doer. You don't even leave them room to support you because you got it. You got everything together. You got it. But you really don't got it. You really don't got it. Once the relationship was over, he expected to live with me until he was said, my God, ooh. Listen. These laws shape your takers are always gonna take, baby. Cause I promise y'all still taking that chicken from the Asian man at the mall. He holding y'all know y'all ain't finna buy none of that food. You know you not finna buy none of that Chinese food. You know you ain't. But it's free. You finna get it. You walk in Whole Foods. Oh, they got free samples. Girl, you don't even eat that. You don't even eat that. But because it's free, you finna take it. See, this is why I try to explain to people when they be like, well, people should just take, that should be courteous. What world you live in? What world do you live in? See, scripture even tell you to be wise because I'm confused. Y'all out here thinking that people have good and moral character supposedly because you do. And that's not how this goes. That's why you're called to try the spirit by the spirit. It's so many examples that let you know in scripture that you should not be a fool out here in these streets, that you should not be playing yourself to the left, that you should not be allowing yourself to be used up. And y'all are out here allowing yourself to be used up in the name of so-called being a good friend, a kind person, and a Christian. Stop lying. Please stop lying. Please stop lying to yourself. I don't want that for you. So let's also talk about how these laws shape your wealth and success. Okay. So number one, wealth and success. A woman who hustles nonstop for money might reject effortless opportunities because she equates wealth with struggle. That's why y'all work so hard for the money. Oh, ain't that a song? She work hard for the money. Programming. So hard for the money. Programming. Programming. I'm a hustle. I'm a sleep when it's 24/7 with me. I'm a hustle. Ooh, programming. How does working out for your health though? How's that working out for your health? Why is it that so many women who are overworked have womb issues? You work so hard that your body start fighting against you and you claim that you're not creative. You're not creative, but you have a wealth creation station where life goes through a portal through your body, but you're not creative. Okay, girl. Okay. It's the programming, sweetheart. Belief impacts biology and biology influences the way you behave. That's why you work twice as hard because they trained you to do so. Because you got to be twice as good. You got to work twice as hard to be better than them. Why did they just not tell you to become spiritually rooted? Because the only way for you to get out of the matrix of society is to be spiritually grounded because you are not dealing with people. You are dealing with principalities and darkness and spirits. You think you're going to outsmart their systems? You think you're going to out there smart their systems by working hard? Oh my God. Oh my God. The Most High took a break. And you don't need to take one. The creator of all things took a break. And you don't have to take no break. That's crazy. That's crazy work. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes and these comments. That's crazy work. I just want you to look at it. I'm just saying, I just want you to look at all the programming from your parents, the programming from society. All these people, everyone has told you, including society, to work so hard. All while the people within in the 1%, they won't work hard at all. Their plan was to get you to work for them. And that's what they did. They set it up. And they doing it again before our eyes. They're doing it again. We're going through another one, but and you better be paying attention. They didn't work hard. They used your energy. See, they understand the power of siphoning your energy. So they siphon the energy. Y'all talk about narcissists and y'all talk about that. The real sorcery and the real trick is how 1% of an aspect, right, has been able to control the 99. That's what's crazy. And they've used systems. They've used systems to be able to do this. This is why it tells you in scripture when it says to not be conformed of this world, to be transformed by the daily renewing of your mind. Do you know what the world actually is? If you go and you look up what the world actually is in Strong's Concordance, because I love the etymology, everything you get from me gonna come from scripture, science, and psychology, because I'm that much of a nerd, right? So when it talks about in scripture, when it says the word of the world, they're speaking about world systems and people of the world. World systems and people of the world that disconnect you from your spiritual core. See, the corporate system actually disconnects you from your spiritual core because it teaches you to depend on a new source. And the corporate system was set up for people who did not have a spiritual source because they still needed a way to be able to make money. But if you are rooted spiritually and grounded, then you understand that Proverbs 8 and 12 says you have creative and witty inventions in your very being. You should never be broke. What you mean? You have ideas that can make you millions. Oh, but you're not tapped in. And those gifts would make room for you, but you're not really tapped into those gifts because you're too busy believing that you have to submit to a system that didn't create you, a system that berates you, a system that puts you beneath their foot every opportunity they get. You choose to, so you got two choices in this world. You either gonna submit to the creator of all things or you're gonna submit to society. That's it. And society is always moving the goalpost. So I mean, good luck. You can't fight us. Y'all, please don't piss me off. Y'all be out here trying to advocate like y'all could fight systems and you're not even spiritually prepared. You're not even prepared for your enemy, your adversary. These people are doing occult work. Do you understand that? Do you understand they working in the spirit in the darkness? Do you understand that? That's what they're doing. That's how they're able to do this. They're working in darkness. A lot of them. The oppressors are working in darkness. That's what they do. You are not going to be able to cry and march and do all these things to make them change their systems. The only way for you to come out of the matrix of society is to become spiritually rooted. And number one is to know who you are. See, when you know who you are, you know whose you are, and you understand that Luke 17:21, you have the power in the kingdom of heaven within you, you understand that you have access to all power. You have access to all power, sweets. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes and these comments. But when you submit to systems that intend to keep you stagnant and keep you a slave, you are powerless. You are powerless, which is why you hustle. You work so hard and they won't promote you. You volunteer for all the extra stuff and they still won't give you no extra money because they know you're going to do it for free. Why would they pay you when you do things for free? The next part of wealth and success and how these laws actually shape these things. A woman who undercharges or it avoids financial expansion might subconsciously link money with guilt or obligation. Okay? I said it again. A woman who undercharges, because a lot of y'all be under the corporate spell. So when y'all come out into business, they tricked you into accepting less by giving you an entry level position, even though you worked so hard in school. You went to school and did all that work, and they want to pay you 30,000. What a slap! What a slap in the face, baby. Your student loans, at least 100. They want to give you this job for 30,000. And they tell you, oh, it's just entry level and you can work your way up. So when you finally decide to walk away from that corporate system that has sucked you dry, you come out with the mindset that you need to start at an entry level. I'm just going to charge $47 for us to have a meeting. You don't value your time. You don't value your time. Because you don't value your time, you don't value your gift, because why would you charge that? Why would you charge that? Because you're under the spell of corporate that you need to start off small because I don't have a lot of experience. Where you get that from? Who told you that? Corporate told you that, right? And you believe them. Again, belief impacts biology and biology influences the way you behave. It influences the way you behave. So now you have a problem charging somebody. Oh no, we don't have to do it. I can discount it. Are you discounting the experience? Are you discounting your time? Are you discounting your energy? Are you discounting your attention? Then you should not be discounting the money. What's the problem? What's the issue? The issue is your belief in self. The issue is your belief around self. That's the issue. The belief is that you've been trained by corporate to come out and accept small pennies. And then you got the nerve to be frustrated when in looking at God crazy when you ain't got no money to pay your bills. It's not making sense. It's not making any sense. That's how those laws shape in the space of wealth and success. Let's talk about how the laws of reciprocity and magnetism shape your emotional well-being, because this is key when it comes down to manifesting anything. If your nervous system is used to stress, urgency, or inconsistency, calm is going to feel unsafe even when you need it the most. Even when you need it the most, it's going to feel unsafe and you're going to run from it. You're going to run from it. Much like you run from responsibility. You're going to run from it because it doesn't feel safe to you, because safe to you is inconsistency. Safe to you is urgent stress. Safe to you is worrying. Though you claim these aren't the things you want to do, you find yourself often in these experiences because that is your training. That is your training. Second thing, if you've never learned to receive without guilt, even the smallest things, you will feel uncomfortable with love, with success, or anything that comes without effort. Because you're going to say, it's just too easy. Ooh, is it too easy? Or has life been so hard that you can't accept easy? Has everything been so difficult and so hard for you that you don't know how to accept ease? That's the thing that you really got to pay attention to. That's the thing you got to know. What does all this come back to? Everything that I talked about today, right? Your nervous system. Your nervous system, once again. Because until your body believes, I didn't say no, I didn't say think, I didn't say feel. What I said was believe. Until your body believes that ease, love, and stability are safe, you will keep unconsciously keep pushing these things away. You're going to keep doing it. You are. This is why inside the love and the nervous system, I'm going to be showing you exactly how to reset these attraction patterns so that safety and magnetism become your new default, because you're running based on the old programming. If you are really tired, and I'm not talking to people like, girl, I'm just tired. No, I'm talking about the people who tired for real, because the people who tired for real going to do something. The ones who ain't tired for real, you're going to keep complaining. And what you complaining about, you ain't changing, and you can't be around me with all that complaining, because I help women change their life on a daily. So I don't really do well with a bunch of complaining. I don't really do well with a bunch of excuses. I just don't want to hear any of that. And when you have done a lot of work on yourself like I have and helped a lot of other women in that area, you just don't have time for the excuses. You don't want to hear it. Much like you be like, I had time to text you. Why you couldn't take 2 minutes to text me? That same type of energy you trying to get at man, you need to get that energy to yourself. Period. You better tell her, mother. She said, when I was tired, I spoke up and made changes. The end. The end. Okay? Here's what you got to understand. If you're really tired of chasing, if you're really tired of proving, if you're really tired of over functioning, if you're really tired of receiving the bare minimum in general, it's time for a full body reset. Class is happening February 27th at 6:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. Don't miss the shift. This is not about dating. This isn't about surface level attraction tips. If you don't rewire these patterns, and I'm trying to tell you something without telling you something, if you don't rewire these patterns now, they will keep repeating year after year, relationship after relationship. And the way the world is going, you cannot afford to be in no up and down stuff. The world already up and down. One thing for sure, two things for certain about me, baby. I already got to question the world. I ain't finna question the person that's around me. I ain't finna question the energy that's around me, sweetheart. Not finna do it. Not finna do it at all. Okay. So let me give you a little bit more information on the actual class and what we're going to be covering in class so that you guys know. Okay. The class is happening. I have had a multitude of tickets that have gone out. I have some left, but let me go ahead and break down what we're going to be talking about in the class on the 27th so that you are very, very clear. So, this is what you're going to learn. You're going to learn the science of attraction and feminine energy, why magnetism works, and why chasing, improving, and overfunctioning repels what it is that you want. The truth about why women actually attract these type of scenarios, the difference between surface level confidence and energetic safety in attraction, because y'all got a lot of fake confidence. That's why I post all these pictures on the gram and on social media with these fly captions, but you don't feel any bit of this flyness within yourself. And you're not really exuding any of this flyness outside of yourself. It's not really evident in your life. It's just on a photo. Okay. So we're going to have a huge conversation on that type of shift. Okay. The second thing that you're going to learn is the nervous system role in love and connection. Okay. The third thing that you're going to learn is how to break attraction blocks and unlock feminine magnetism. This is the three biggest blocks I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about in that class: anxious block, the avoidant block, and the hyper independent block. Those are the blocks I'm going to help you get rid of and break. Okay. I'm going to teach you how to reprogram your self concept, your nervous system, and magnetism for the depths of what it is that you truly desire. Okay. Why you need to do this now and why it's so important. Okay. You can't think your way through love or the energetics of love. You have to simply embody it. And until your nervous system recognizes deep, stable, healthy love as safe, you will keep craving love but feel drained by your relationships. You will keep attracting potential and not experiencing real emotional depth. You will continue watching love work for other people and wondering why it feels extremely hard for you. The missing piece is that you don't need to do more. You need to shift your mind, your body, and your energy to receive. You're not getting what you want because energetically you aren't safe. You are not a safe match for $100,000 business. You are not a safe match for a healthy relationship. You are not a safe match for a healthy friendship. These things are very important and very, very, very vital. For women who want to come and they're like, I can't attend the live session, but do I get a replay? Yes. For the women who say, will this help if I'm already in a relationship right now? Yes. Is this about dating tactics? No. This is about rewiring your inner world so that love flows to you effortlessly. Let me tell you something. In order to receive something, you have to be it. You will always meet yourself. So if you are always met with hate, how well are you loving yourself? Okay. If you were always met with hate and never met with love, how well are you loving yourself? And it tells you in scripture, you scripturally, it tells you not an energetic match. You ought to love your neighbors, you love yourself. Like, point blank, period. Okay. So that is today's session. You can click the link in the bio to get access to that course. It is $111. You can get it with Klarna, Affirm, and Afterpay. The price is going up to $147, so you might want to go ahead and get it now. The price is going up on Sunday. Okay, so you might want to head to get it now. Drop your questions in the comments for me to let me know what your questions are. If I feel like the masterclass is going to answer your questions, I'm going to direct you there. Yes, my love, I will. It's called Love and Magnetism. It's called Love and Magnetism. Okay. Do I have children? I do not have children. I have reared a bunch of children though. There are women who call me mom to this day. They're in their 20s. So yes. If I'm doing it all for myself, what do I need him for? I mean, if that's the question that you're saying to yourself, then what do you need him for? As for me and mine, I need divine masculine around me. I ain't trying to do it on my own. I don't have to do it on my own. I can do a lot of things on my own. But why would I want to burn myself out and do that when I can ask for support? How do we get out of fight or flight? You're going to have to be in a masterclass for that. It's a process. It's not something I can tell you that you're really going to implement, to be honest with you. You need to, number one, be willing to invest your time, your energy, and attention in the process that I'm going to teach you, which is going to require you to spend some money. So if you're really ready to find out what that looks like, then strongly suggest you being in a class. Okay. I was hoping you had kids. I'm trying to get my confidence back after becoming a mommy. I've helped a lot of women get their confidence back after becoming a mommy. The first thing that you do is that you remember who you are. You know who you are. If you know who you are and you know why you're here, then you'll take care of yourself and you'll strengthen your belief. You don't really have the community around you to be able to support you. Now, it's because I'm not a mommy. One person I would recommend if you feel better with mommies, then I would tell you Queen Mother Lacey Taylor. Amazing homemaker, amazing mother. You understand what I'm telling you? Like, she will be able to teach you a whole lot, and she has a group on Facebook. So if that is specifically your area, I invite you to follow her immediately and to get in her DM immediately, because she is definitely that girl when it comes down to that. So, yes. But you said we attract ourselves. Let me go back to your question. The whole, regardless of, she said, let me go back to your question. I want to make sure I'm clear. If I'm doing it all, why do I need him? And then she said, but you said you attract yourself. Here's the thing. What you have to understand is that when you are bringing in someone to come in and support you, okay, the masculine creates order, structure, and brings direction. That's what healthy masculine does. The feminine amplifies on that and fills up the container that has been set for her based on the structure, the order, and the direction. Okay. So the thing is, if you feel that you have the order, the structure, the direction, and nurturing in this and that, nobody is going to come and support you. But if you lean and live, okay, or you live in your feminine energy and know how to lean in left brain energy when you need to, when there is no masculine around, then you begin to understand the importance of support. So it's not so much that, oh, well, if I'm doing all this for myself, then I don't necessarily need him. It's all about, you actually do need your counterpart. You actually do need that support, because doing it all doesn't feel good, does it? Trying to hold everything down and be everything for everyone doesn't feel good, does it? No. You want support. You want help. You want these things. So what you are doing is laying the foundation for yourself. So that becomes the standard. And whoever comes into your life in the form of, let's just say, masculine, they're coming to add value to what's already there. The problem with a lot of women is there's no standard, there's no foundation, and then you want the person to come in. I need you to come in and let me sit in my feminine. Please don't piss me off. That's what it is. Class is 111. You can get it with Quantum Firm, and Afterpay. The price is going to go up to 147. Okay. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. My socials are in my bio. Thank you. Thank you. How do you differentiate between stop playing small and leaving what doesn't serve you? Let me read that again. How do you differentiate between stop playing small and leaving what doesn't serve you? By knowing who you are, first and foremost. Here's the thing. You have to know three key things women need to be in tune with. Okay. Number one, their identity. Number two, the obedience of their intuition. And number three, being intentional. If you master those three things, it is easier for you to differentiate positions that you are going to put yourself in. You're not going to put yourself in scenarios that make you shrink or that make you feel small or diminish your value. When we do that as women, it's because we don't understand our value. We don't understand our identity. Because here's the thing, a queen is not going to act like a peasant. If she knows a queen, she a queen. A queen is not going to present herself like that because she knows her identity as being a queen. So she's going to operate different. So the first key thing in that is knowing who you are and knowing your identity. If you don't know that, you're not going to be able to differentiate, and you will allow people to put their thumb on your neck. You know what I'm saying? When in reality, you don't have to do that if you are very clear on who you are and you are very clear in listening to your God-given intuition, and you are very intentional about the spaces that you put yourself in. So those three key things are very, very vital and very, very important. Okay. Honestly, a lot of men I know isn't about relationships, but you have to tell them up front. I'm not sure what you mean by that. She said, I get it now. How many days the class is one? The class is 1 day. And you get access to the replay. You're welcome. You're welcome. Any other questions? Any other questions? Congratulations to those who have purchased class, because I can see them coming in. Class is $111 right now. The class is going to go up on Sunday to $147. It is $227 at 6:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. Okay. It's going to be an amazing class. The reason why I'm doing this class is because I want y'all not to just be letting anybody in y'all house and in y'all face. Please. People are going to be coming in y'all face out of desperation, and y'all don't seem to understand. A lot of women don't understand, like, the difference between a person that's coming into your life that's a part of your destiny and a person that's coming into your life that's a distraction. And that's really making me sad for y'all. Click the link in the bio, my love. It says Love and Magnetism. And that's how you can get access to the class. It's $111. You can get a recliner, affirm, and afterpay. The price is going up to $147. Make sure y'all get on my email list now, because I'm dropping this email about these hobosexuals tomorrow. First thing in the morning. It's already lit, baby, because y'all made me mad. I screenshotted the little post and everything so y'all could see it. Because I'm tired of it. We got to stop. Congratulations, my darling. You're going to get an email within an hour with your information for the class. Yes, come on in, my love. I needed this on my healing journey. Come on in, baby. Let's go ahead and reset this nervous system. Because let me tell y'all something. I need y'all to be sharp and discerning this year and the upcoming years. For the next couple of years, it's going to require sharp discernment, y'all. It's going to require sharp focus. It's going to require you knowing the people that are around you. Trust me. I'm trying to tell you something without telling you something. Community is very important, and you got to have the right folks in your community the way things are going. I'm trying to tell you something without telling you something. Okay? So please, and I'm going to say more about this in this class. I ain't really going to say a whole lot on here because I don't want to get banned, but I'm really going to give y'all even more in this class because I need us to stop. We are putting ourselves in danger. We are putting our children in danger, and it's because we have been wired for the drama and for the trauma, and it has to stop. Let it stop and end with you, okay? Please. I'm clear on my leadership qualities at work, and notice people want to humble me. Oh yeah, girl, honey, people try. People try to call themselves trying to humble me. But see, the thing is, I never start anything. That's the funny thing about me. I never start anything. So if I ever got to get active with someone, people already know the first question they're going to say is, what did you say to her? What did you do to her? Because she's not going to start with you. And I'm quite witty and I'm quick with it. So I always tell people, be very careful approaching me. And I'm intelligent. So if I say something, I know what I'm talking about. So please don't try to come and cause no drama with me, because I'm going to hurt your feelings. And I would hate to use my gift on you if you really tried it with me, because I really can see you. And I would hate to tell you about you, but sometimes people will force your hand. So I don't allow a human being can't humble me, because the reality is humility, truthfully, is walking in uprightness with the Most High. To be humble is me understanding that I'm not the Almighty. I'm not the Most High. You, as a human being, don't get to humble me. This ain't that. This ain't that. And that's how you got, when you know yourself, you know this ain't that. Men will try to humble you when they can't have you. But if you weaken the mind, you'll fall for that crap. Baby, you can't humble me. Ain't nobody gonna deal with that. Baby, I got a date in 10 minutes. Who are you talking to? Stop allowing people to play these tricks and games on you. You can click the link in the bio. The masterclass is called Love and Magnetism, and you should take you right to the link. Okay? Love and Magnetism. That's the name of the class. I'm trying to catch these questions, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm coming. Okay. You were saying a lot of lives. Oh, thank you, my love. All praises to the Most High. Also, who was the other lady? Queen Mother, Lacey Taylor, and I think it's 19. Mother as in MUVA. Lacey as in Lacey, and then Taylor 19. And you should find her. I adore her so much. Okay. What's the clear distinction? What's the clear distinction for in my life out of desperation? I'm not sure I understand your question. I need you to kind of rephrase that for a sec for me, boo, so I can grasp it because I'm not grasping it. It is the love and magnetism class. When you say who you are, do you describe by your morals, your talents, and your accomplishments? That's an excellent question. I don't I don't identify or describe myself with my morals, my talents, or my accomplishments. When someone meets me and they say, I'm like I said, I'm witty. So it depends on what's going on. So if someone says they meet me, they say, tell me about you. And I will say, well, I am like the game of chess. And of course, that makes people be like, what? Like, that makes the antennas go up. And I'm like, I am like the game of chess. It takes intention, it takes strategy to be able to move me. But to be able to keep me, you got to know how to move to stay in the game. So, of course, that's very intriguing and it kind of is mysterious and it kind of makes people think, I think I want to know chess. I don't identify myself as, hi, my name is L. Antoinette and I'm a feminine leadership strategist. It ain't none of your business what I do, unless we having a conversations about what I do. Hi, my name is L. Antoinette and I'm this, I'm a wife, those are roles. Those are not your identity. And women don't know the difference between their identity and their roles, which is why they constantly feel stuck. And when they do things and they're not rewarded for what they do, it's because they find their identity in things that they do. So when I introduce myself as who I am, who I am. And how I operate and who I am is like the game of chess. Every move could be your last move. Don't get it twisted. Make the right move. Be intentional, be strategic, and know how to move if you want to keep me in the game. If you want to stay in the game. With me, okay? Definitely needed this. The topic of energy has been a combo amongst me and my homegirls lately. Well, all praises to the most high. Hi, I'm in class. I can't wait. Yes, girl. Me either. Y'all getting emails in an hour. People confuse humbleness with child, and ain't nothing timid about me. The most high said we ain't supposed to be timid, child. Please. Thank you, my love, for these gifts. Mother just entered. For those who are asking, y'all go follow her. For the ones who is asking, go follow her ASAP because she's back in. Okay. Any more questions? Thank you, my love. How can you tell if someone, hold tight, these questions coming in. How can you tell if someone is in your life out of desperation or if they truly are a part of your destiny? Here's the thing, my love. If you know your vision for your life without a vision and you have it written down, like it tells you in Habakkuk 2:2, and it also tells you that without a vision, the people will perish. If you have a vision for your life and someone enters into your life and they're trying to distract you from that vision, you already know what time it is. But if you don't have a vision for your life, then you're not going to be able to distinguish or determine what's really going on in your life because you're perishing because there's no vision. So if you have no vision, you aren't aligning your actions with the vision. You aren't choosing people who belong in the vision. You aren't doing things that actually go with the vision. You're just doing whatever. And if you're just doing whatever, that means you're not discerning. And if you're not Let me take this out. Hold on, y'all. What's the last thing y'all heard me say? What's the last thing y'all heard me say? While I run through these questions real quick. You responded to this asking about distractions. Okay. So you're never gonna know. You're never gonna know if someone is a distraction in your life. You heard me say your name. Yes, I was telling them to go follow you. She was asking about how do you know about a distraction in your life versus someone who's a part of your destiny. The way that you're able to determine that is this. You should have a vision for your life according to what scripture says, because without a vision, the people will perish. If you don't know that vision, if you're not in tune with that vision, and if you have not written that vision down like it tells you in Habakkuk 2:2, you have no plan for your life. And therefore, if you have no plan for your life, then you cannot align, okay? You cannot align your actions or everything else with that vision. So what that looks like is this. You are just doing whatever. Somebody cool, you kicking it with them. Somebody cool, y'all hanging out. Somebody cool, you just bringing them into your circle. You can't distinguish if someone is there, a part of your destiny or a distraction, if you don't know what you're supposed to be working on. You don't even know what they would be distracting you from. So the way that you can be very clear on if this person is a part of my destiny versus this person is a part of a distraction that's trying to keep me from my destiny is being clear on the vision for your life. If the vision for your life, for example, romantic wise, is for you to be married, then you shouldn't entertain situationships, because energetically that's not a match, right? A situationship is a distraction from the vision that you got for marriage, right? Oh, but you don't have a vision for marriage because you haven't wrote it down and make it plain about what you actually desire, what you actually want, what you're actually willing to do. So you haven't done those things. Therefore, you just invite anybody into your life experience, and you can't recognize who is a part of the destiny and who is a part of the distractions because you're distracted. So you combat that by understanding what the vision for your life is. And you don't do anything that goes against that vision. And a person who is a distraction is going to try to disrupt the vision. They're going to try to stop you from getting to where you need to be. It's going to be very easy for you to be able to see them when your vision is clear. But if your vision ain't clear, it's going to be hard for you to see who is who. So hopefully that makes sense. Okay? Another young lady talked about, she asked about my identity, right? She asked about how I identify myself spiritually. I identify myself as the daughter of the Most High. I identify myself as the powerful vessel that was created by the Creator of all things. I identify myself as a unique, beautiful, wonderfully made creation by the Almighty. So my identity is locked into the spirituality of who I am. Number one, I am created in the likeness of the Creator of all things. So that's number one. I have a godlike nature. You ain't gonna play with me. You ain't gonna treat me like I'm small. Who are you? I reflect the Creator. So that's number one. Okay. Number two, I have the character of the Most High within me, which means I know how to move. All I got to do is ask. I always know how to move. Okay. So that's number two. And number three, I have dominion on this earth, which means I have my own piece of the pie that has my name on it. So why would I need to compete or compare with you? Or why would I need to shrink myself when I got my own space? So the identifying that I do when it comes down to myself is that I am the daughter of the Creator of all things. So that is where my identity lies, which is why nobody on this earth can humble me. Because you didn't create me. I am only walking in the humility, in the uprightness of the one that created me. Who are you? And when you move like that, they're going to try to humble you. Try. It ain't going to work though. Because who are you? Who are you when the Most High said that I am beautifully and wonderfully made? You think I'm ugly? You don't even know yourself. Who are you? Who are you? And when you start moving like that, you just be like, you're unfazed, because these people don't even know themselves. They don't know they're beautifully and wonderfully made. You expect them to recognize you? They ain't. They won't. They're not. Hang it up. That's why you need to recognize yourself and see yourself. Okay? Very important and very vital. Very important and very vital. Let me see. I'm looking at these other questions. How do you differentiate whether or not you should cut ties with and those you reconcile with? That just kind of depends on what's going on, what you value, and what's happening in your life. I can't really tell you that without knowing more context of kind of what's going on. Okay. I don't. She said first date question, please. I don't know what that means, sweetheart. What other questions do you guys have for me? You're welcome. All praises to the Most High. Any other questions before I get ready to go? Y'all, because I already know I'm finna go cook me something to eat. I got some lamb in there. I'm finna go have some. What other questions do you have? Congratulations to those who have purchased tickets. You're going to get an email within the hour. I'm so excited. For those who are on this live who will not be attending the masterclass, the best thing that you can do for me is to make sure that you share this video when it goes up on YouTube, because it is going to go up on YouTube. The best thing that you can also do for me is to implement these things. I don't need a amen section, okay? It's at 6:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. I don't need claps. I don't need approval. I don't need none of that. I'm here on assignment. I need you to do your work. So if I said anything to you that resonated with you, shalom sis. If I said anything to you that resonated with you today, I don't need you to holler about amen, and I don't need you to take notes if you ain't going to put it into practice. I don't need none of that. I promise I don't. Okay? I have a question about a masterclass that I purchased. I didn't receive a replay. Okay. Definitely. That's the one where you send me a DM. I'm about to check that so I can make sure you get it. Okay? Thank you for letting me know. Girl, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to cook this lamb today. That's the main meat that I eat. Because I don't trust chicken. And that's a whole nother conversation. All right. Any other questions before I get ready to go? Because I'm about to go. Happy Feminine Friday again. Thank y'all so much for attending Feminine Science. I teach Feminine Science on Fridays, Emotional Intelligence on Tuesdays. You can follow my YouTube channel. If you are a business owner who says that you are overwhelmed, I posted a video yesterday to let you know that you are not overwhelmed, and I showed you how to fix it. So go right over there and go get your fix, okay? And get yourself together. How do we use our spiritual gifts the right way? By making sure that you are rooted and grounded in the Most High. You are asking, you are seeking, and you are not using, okay, your gifts to cause anyone any harm. One thing about, I feel like, and this is just my experience, as you grow in the Most High, the more you mature and the more you actually grow, you get more responsibility, and it's kind of like your gifts heighten, but you also understand the responsibility of using those gifts properly, stewarding them properly and wisely. I'm a seer, so I can see. Just because I can see does not mean I need to say everything I see, especially if I see it in another person, unless I'm permitted to speak these things, which I have to ask the Holy Spirit for before I just automatically jump on stuff. Then I'll speak, because it's very easy to think that you have power or think that you're this and that, and you really have to remember your power source is the Most High, and you have to remember why you're doing it and what this actually looks like. Okay. Chicken has estrogen. Child, don't even get me started. You are right about the importance of community, especially now picking up what you're putting out. I'm so glad you are, because it's already real, but it's gonna get realer, and you better know who in your tribe. Do you think online dating diminishes your value? I can't call that. I can't necessarily say that. I think only you can diminish your value. I think you can only diminish your value, which is why you see certain women. And I was having this conversation with my best friend yesterday, actually. There are certain women, you'll see a woman like Sierra, and she can almost put on anything, and you still gonna see her as Sierra. You're not gonna see her as, oh, she is. Even if she wearing the most raunchiest outfit, you're not gonna see her any other way. Thank you, my love, for these gifts and these likes. Other than her being Sierra, the bubbly, fun, girly type, you don't see her in a negative light, because her aura and her essence and her energy exudes that. But you will see another woman that you can put in an outfit that's very, a lot, and then you may see her, in the energy that she gives from that is completely different, okay? So everything boils down to energetics and self-value. So nobody can devalue you without you giving permission, you participating, or you simply not paying attention to what's going on around you. There's no way for you really to be played. And I always tell people, if you always asking the Most High about people anyway, you ain't gonna never get played. The problem is women don't like to ask the Most High about specifically men or other people, because y'all don't like that the Most High might tell y'all no. And you think that you can kind of skip that process. Yeah, I wouldn't do it, but hey, go off, okay? All right, y'all, I'm about to go. Catch the replay on YouTube. Make sure you go over there to subscribe to get access to things. Click the link in the bio to be able to get access to any of my products and my services. Do your work. At minimum, get in that bio and get that emotional intelligence workbook immediately. If you're out here dating, if you're not coming to class, at least go get that workbook for $37 and work on your emotional intelligence. For real. Because you cannot be out here emotionally unintelligent. I'm sorry. This is not it. That's how we're making these mistakes and inviting strangers in our houses. We're not doing this anymore. Okay? Please. Please. Alright? Okay, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Have an amazing weekend. Happy Feminine Friday. Lord willing, I will see y'all next week. That is the plan. Get on my email list because I'm going in. If you are a high-performing, results-driven woman leader, y'all are some of the biggest targets for a lot of these hobos and different stuff. And you need to be on my email list when I drop this email tomorrow telling y'all support it. Okay? All right. Love y'all to pieces. I will talk to y'all soon. Peace, y'all.